Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're going to talk about summoning, and should you summon this coming weekend, is there any reason to really wait?
The finest blood for the most untainted soul.
So, first of all, I do want to mention that in my last video, I mentioned a summoning party this weekend. I'm not 100% sure if I'm doing a summoning party this weekend on Friday, like normal, because I had a sponsorship for a different game on a different channel that was possibly going to be that day instead. And I'm not 100% sure. I told him I could do it because at the time, I didn't know there was going to be a 1+1, and I'm like, yep, everyone's going to be out of shards from pulling for Hex anyway. No one's going to want to pull this weekend anyway. So that was literally why I scheduled for a random game, checking out a fun, silly game on my other channel for sponsorship. But I'm not sure if that's happening. It seems like it might be. But if it isn't, or if it is, either way, I will let you guys know. So if you want me to do your summons, or if you're not sure of what's going on, I did just post here, like, I'm not 100% sure about this in my WOR sign up for summons channel. So I'll always make these fancy posts where I talk about, hey guys, it's time for a summoning party, who we summoning for, and put my regulars up here. So that's where you can find out if I'm gonna actually have a summoning party or not. Otherwise, I might be streaming a fun Tetris-type silly game that looks really great. Honestly, those games are fun time killers for the phone. Yeah, I might be streaming a fun game and might have some fun challenges. I'm on my other channel that's not for Watcher, but for YouTube. We'll see. I'm not sure. So sorry. Just want to take a minute and talk about that because I realize that I might not be partying this weekend. But stay tuned for more info regarding giveaways. I told you guys with the 25k push, we hit 25k like instantly, so I really want to say thank you to everyone still subscribing and it going above and beyond. So besides what the promo code will be from the game for me hitting 25k, I will also be doing some W Gold free stuff giveaways, so stay tuned for that. All right, now this weekend, Festival of Luminance doesn't really matter about summoning, honestly. Mortal Codex is over. Okay, we do have a shard summon event, but you don't need to summon to get the shards for this guy. Oh, excuse me. There is going to be a spiritual altar, but there's not going to be the double up of the spiritual altar and the Awakening of Heroes for the double rewards again, so that's kind of up to you. I would not even consider the shard summon event as a reason to summon or not this weekend, unless you're behind and you really need to summon because you didn't get all the shards from the previous events. But I don't know about you guys. I did do this lots of summons last weekend. So I'm at 55 out of 75. This is considering that I've already summoned for the first weekend. But getting to 75 is really easy over this really long time period. They do a really nice job of that. So you should have no trouble. But even with or without this summoning event, there's something special to consider, right? And you guys know me, a 1+1 event, I say everyone should just summon. But if they do this so often, I guess it's not a big deal as it used to be. It's starting to become less necessary feeling to summon during a 1+1 because they do them so often. So you could hold your summons for something special. I'm not yawning, guys. Oh my god. You could hold your summons for something special. You could pull every week. It's really up to you. And new players should pull every weekend. You should not wait. I mean, yeah, if you summon over the weekend, save your summon for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, save your summons, pull on Friday. Whatever's happening on Friday or Saturday, just pull. New players need heroes, you need epics. You hope to get some legendaries, so I don't think there's any reason that you should really get into, like, I'm saving for the perfect time until your later game where you have a lot of heroes to choose from. Otherwise, I think you should be pulling every Friday. It just makes sense. And whether it's a 2 times or a 10 times, you're still progressing your account, getting more heroes to progress your account, I should say. So there is going to be a 2 times and there is going to be a 1+1. Now they could sound like the same thing, double the reward, double the heroes, right? But I personally always prefer a 1+1 over a 2 times because no matter what it is, for the sake of a pity, right? The pity is the same. For a 2 times event, the pity timer does not kick in until you hit 200 summons. A 2 times event does not change that. So you could go 200 summons during a 2 times having really bad luck and still only get 1 legendary. But if you have to hit that pity and you hit it when it's a 1+1, you're guaranteed at 2 legendaries. So that's why I prefer it, honestly. So to be very clear, 0.5% chance to get a legendary is normal, right? And like the 1+1 would have that. But it'll be 1% chance to get a legendary when it's a 2 times from rare or diamonds, right? And then we have divine summons. These are much better. So this is the thing I think. Pull these when it's a 2 times, absolutely, because you're going from 6% to 12% chance to get a legendary. It's much better, but I can speak from experience. The last time I pulled, I got a couple here, but before that, I pulled a lot before I got one, right? Like it was a lot. So I think this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This one was it. Yep, 17, 18. I pulled 18 summons with no legendary during a 2 times. So even though the odds feel much better and it is 12%, you still can get unlucky at the end of the day. But I think the 2 times are the best times to pull these. Whether or not it's with a 10 times of a cool hero you want or just a 2 times, it's still a pretty good chance unless you just get unlucky, which we're all going to get unlucky from time to time and we're all going to get lucky from time to time. So this is a debate, but there is a different consideration for people wanting to hold these. Like for me personally, I have almost everybody in the game, but I don't have some of the key special new people like Boreas, and I really want him. But if you feel like you have pretty much everyone you want and you're only missing a few people and they're not priority, you could start saving your legendaries for 10 times only when it's someone special. Although, keep in mind that when it comes to legendary lords, the ones that are part of the normal pool, like this up here, not the special ones that are only part of Ancients, which don't affect this anyway, this pool of heroes will go up to 0.8% from a legendary skill crystal or summoning crystal when it's a 2 times. The rate on an ancient summoning crystal is 0.8% chance to get a legendary. So you could also look at it as the legendary crystals are the same chance to get a lord as an ancient when it's a 2 times for legendaries. So that could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. But if you're missing a bunch, which I still am, but I'm more honestly, I'm more concerned with the ones that are part of the ancients, so I'm not as worried about this. This is a good chance to still pull because of Lord heroes. All right, now I was gonna say the other consideration that people might hold is holidays again are around the corner in a couple, but it's a couple weeks. It's more than a couple weeks away. So, I mean, we still have 1, 2... So this weekend, then we have 2 more weekends before a Valentine's Day. I know people are quite interested and hopeful and excited for some heroes that might come out around Valentine's Day, or we know there's going to be Silas and Vienna skins that are like a gorgeous, gorgeous skins for Valentine's Day, but I'm sure they're going to be a little bit pay to win. To be fair, I just hope we can buy them from a shop like other games let you just buy a skin for $5. Let me buy a skin. That's what I want. But hopefully, I'm sure one of those are going to be Ultimate Leaderboard. And what I'm referencing is my Bucket's interview with the developer video where they show some really cool skins. So they could be part of rewards for something. Who knows? Also, We're talking about Arrogance and his bond pair, which does not show yet because she's not in the game yet. But Arrogance is getting Lust to join him eventually. And Lust is not on the Forerunner server yet, guys. So who knows if she's even coming anytime remotely soon. Could be a long time before she comes to the global server. We don't know. But I would hope that if she is coming sooner rather than later, I think people speculate maybe Lust and Arrogance for Valentine's Day could be a 10 times banner, but the banner, our Valentine's Day is in the middle of the week, so who knows? So you could start holding out because you're curious about these new heroes to come. You could start holding out because your hero collection is getting pretty diverse and you only need a couple and you don't want to pull into 2 times and just get dupes of people you don't want. But you also have to remember that dupes in this game are good. You want to get an A5 Silas, right? I want some more dupes of Silas. I want to pull. I want some more dupes of Hex. I want another dupe of Cetrum. I wouldn't mind having chances to get some of the Legendary Lords either. So at the end of the day, it really is just a personal preference. But new players should not hold back because you just need to diversify your account. Whether it be epics or legendaries, you just need to pull and get stuff. You need to get stuff to complete the content with. And hopefully every week you can get one hero that just helps push you past another stuck point. I think these 1+1s are pretty great for everybody. Even if you can't guarantee yourself a legendary, the one thing I think everyone should pull on a 1+1, try to get a legendary. Then worst case scenario is if, like, okay, let's say I pull everything I got, which isn't much, for the 1+1, right? If I don't get a legendary, I've just put myself closer to a pity for potentially the next 10 times event, which could be a good one. So worst case scenario, if you're not at pity, you just put yourself closer to next week, which should be at 10 times. I'm fresh off of Mercy. I just got a legendary. So you don't have much to lose. It's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. 2 times is 2 times. I have terrible luck during 2 times personally, and I know some of my viewers do, that other viewers have insane luck that doesn't even feel possible during a 2 times. So it's all over the board. It's RNG at the end of the day. End game players probably will stop pulling on these type of banners, all of them, because they want to get specific heroes that their account is missing, so you might only be pulling during a 10 times for them or new heroes, and that is something to consider as well. But I'm not gonna hold out for a certain holiday when I don't know what's even gonna happen. I think it's just a waste of waiting and playing Wait Shadow Legends instead of enjoying the game. I'm always gonna pull during a 1+1 if I have anything. And yeah, worst case scenario, I set myself up for some other stuff. There is the possibility that they could do another guaranteed for 250 with someone like Lust for around Valentine's Day, so you could decide to start saving on hand diamonds or shards in case that happens. But again, like, you don't want to always be playing the waiting game. You want to have a balance of summoning when's logical, but still having fun. And progressing your account. And if you feel like you're stuck with what you got right now, maybe it's a good time to summon. That's my conversation for today, guys. I will let you know if we are doing a summoning party or not in my Discord or in my future videos. If I have any more update videos for the weekend, I'll try to, or before the weekend, I'll let you know. But hope you guys have some luck. I will be pulling on the 1+1 like I always would. I will probably just stop when I get it, if I get it early. And I'll start saving potentially for another 250 guarantee in the future. But you know what? We still got a few weeks for that. I'm not worried right now. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm really, really excited. The whole in-game thing has been really, really amazing. And I'm super, super excited that the game was so cool to do this. It's really, really helping, and it's a life changer, honestly, when stuff like this could happen and really boost in an account where this is my income and my livelihood. So thanks again to everyone who just subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.